Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with another Monday Market Watch. I want to go ahead and say, first of all, hope everyone had a fantastic weekend, ready to kick butt in another brand new week for us. So today, guys, we are here to check out because this is going to be the first full week that Cyberstorm access is actually fully legal. I've already seen so many tournament results from the weekend, and it is absolutely going rampant. Super Heavy Samurai doing extremely well, Purely doing extremely well. What's that other called? Punk Gold Pride doing extremely well as well. A lot of surprise decks coming out here. Mana DM doing absolutely nothing as far as I'm concerned anyway, but then again I could be wrong as we progress and learn as far as what the deck actually does. So today, guys, we're going to be taking a look at some of the cards that have come out of Cyberstorm access now that the cards are actually legal and actually able to be played, and we're also going to be taking a look at a few spicy techs here and there from yours truly. So today, guys, let's go ahead and check out some of the best secret rares from this set. So if you guys have not checked out the box opening I did yesterday, make sure you definitely do that. Link will be in the description, cards up here as well. So as far as the best secret rares price wise that you can get from this box, gonna be Chaos Angel #1, which is gonna be the most hyped synchro monster outside of the Bastille one as well. So Chaos Angel doesn't do anything too crazy as far as affecting your opponent, but with the right materials, it can actually be an extremely hard monster to go ahead and get over. Not only is the stats on this thing absolutely enormous, 3,500 attack and 2,800 defense, but the effects of this card, if you use a light monster, a synchro monster you control, unaffected by your opponent's monster's effects, and then if you use a dark monster, monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. So no, it is protecting all of your synchro monsters, and your monsters cannot be destroyed by battle if you're able to use a light and a dark, which makes this a really annoying monster to go ahead and get over, especially when you're trying to win back dominance over a duel. This is going to be a really pesky card to go ahead and get around, guys. But honestly, a really cool card, definitely deserving of a $50 price point at the moment. Now, of course, the set was just released, so a lot of it's going to get opened up and crashed open within the next week or two. And the issue with this set is that there's not one specific deck that is absolutely just tearing it up in the meta. Like, we knew Cashier was going to be tier 1, potentially tier 0 as well. So that, even though a whole bunch of it was getting opened up, it skyrocketed in price immediately. And of course, it has come down quite a bit since then. But honestly, I could see all these cards going down just a little bit further in price. But it is something that we do have to consider, that the World Championship qualifier is coming up in June and July for Central America, South America, and North America here in the next 2 months. So with only less than a month, or more or less a month or so, for our duelists to go ahead and get ready, it can really affect the pricing as well. So really what we want to go ahead and take a look at is what are the tournament results from the next week or two, and that'll determine what are going to be the best decks in the WCQ season. So Chaos Angel starting off very well at a $50 price point. One that I believe is going to go up in price though, guys, guaranteed, will be any Despia branded card is going to skyrocket. That's a fact. That is a guarantee for you guys. Starting off with the Guiding Quem, the Virtuous. So this is going to be one of the most sought after secret rares out of Cyberstorm access, because it enables a deck to have so much more different play styles, so much more different lines you can go ahead and do as well. So I honestly, for $44–45, I think it's a steal for this card. I think it could easily reach the $60–70 range, again depending on how it looks in the next few weeks. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the regional results, any type of small tournament results between now and the WCQ, just so we understand how this card is going to be affected. But honestly, I think Branded Despia is in a fantastic spot. It is not in a spot where it's going to get hit by the ban list at all, I personally think, but I could be wrong. But yeah, that is ever going to get hit by the ban list, at least this one, and it has a plethora of brand new support in the Cyberstorm access set, which actually I think went pretty under the radar for the most part. But now that people are trying to see it, only 14 listings for this card, all sitting around $45–50 each. I think this has a lot of room to go ahead and continue going up, so it's one I would definitely keep my eye on in the event that you guys did pull it. Make sure you guys check out the opening from yesterday. So that is something you guys want to go ahead and keep in mind as well. Some of the more lackluster secret rares are going to be a lot of the Mana Dome cards, a lot of the Gold Pride cards that are not really getting the respect that they deserve. So what do I mean by this? Gold Pride is a very interesting deck. I do not believe that it will be a high tier contender, but honestly, I can really see it being a tier 2, tier 1.5 deck. And with the secret rares being $20 each, I can see this being easily going to be one of the easiest decks to pick up at the moment, because you don't need to mix it with the Punk and engine, although it does help emphasize it as well. And same thing with Apple Dragon. I think Apple Dragon has a high ceiling as far as what its capability is concerned, but I just think right now, with the time being, I just don't think it's in the right spot in order to be able to go ahead and achieve what it is setting out to do. So these are the things I'm keeping in mind, guys, when I talk about this set. I think all the firewall support's garbage, but that's my personal opinion. Mana Dome cards, again, I don't see them doing anything. I think the artwork is beautiful. I think they have some of the most beautiful artwork I've seen in a very, very long time from Konami. But Mana Dome as an archetype, as a deck, I just don't see it doing anything well. To be honest, I haven't seen any single little bit of hype over the Mana Dome support since the initial release, as far as the announcement, I should say. So that is something to keep in mind as well. Now the Starlights, of course, you can clearly see the huge difference in discrepancy as far as where the hype is really going to be settled to, and it pretty much reflects exactly what I just said, guys. Any Firewall, Gold Prize not getting the love that it deserves. Firewall is garbage. Visa Starfrost, okay, is seeing the upward trend. I mean, it has some capabilities now, but of course the main bulk is going to be in the Despia support. I mean, the deck maxed out is going to be absolutely beautiful with all the ultimate rares and starlights it has. I mean, that has to be an insanely nice deck to go ahead and check out. But that's going to be enough for the Cyberstorm access stuff, guys. The Super Heavy Samurai stuff is going to go down, of course, with time being, and the more packs get opened. The Wakasushi Prodigy, whatever, he was like a $5-6 super rare like a week ago for pre-order, but of course, after so many packs have been opened up, this is a really hard one to pull. I only ended up pulling one out of my box, so I still need two more to finish off my deck, but it's still a really good card. Time Sharing Morganite, I think it has room to continue to go up in price, to be honest. I think this is a card that, of course, has great potential, and is starting to spike here as well, but I do not believe it's been truly realized. And I mean, $5 for a super rare is still quite a bit, not nearly what Bestial Mahamut and the other one ended up being. I think it was $25 at the peak. I don't think it'll get to that level, but I think Time Sharing Morganite has high potential. It really just depends on what decks are going to be able to go well with this. Immediate decks that come to mind is going to be Trap Tricks. That can do a lot, and I will be posting a Trap Tricks updated deck profile for you guys later on in the week, so make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for that. So let's go ahead and take a look at some outside cards that are being indirectly or directly affected because of Cyberstorm access. Number one is going to be Archfiend Eccentric, almost $25 for the secret rare. Of course, this is going to be a mandatory card if you plan on playing the Super Heavy Samurai support, but this is not the only way that you guys can definitely go. I mean, essentially you are playing Archfiend Eccentric because it gives you the ability to pop spell straps your opponent controls, and it's nice. I mean, it gets itself off the board, it clears your scales, that way you can go ahead and just pop cards. So Archfiend Eccentric is pretty much going to be essential for the Super Heavy Samurai strategy if they plan to get around any of the many floodgates that can completely destroy the deck. Psy-frame Gamma is by far the most represented hand trap, I believe, currently in the game. Is by far has the highest impact. It's $40 almost for the ultra rares. I mean, $35 at the lowest. I'm pretty sure it just skyrockets from there. Yeah, $50 for the ultra rares. I'm perfectly fine having just the rares myself, just the $5 mark as well. But Psy-frame Gamma is such a powerful card. It's always been such a powerful card. I think this is one of those cards that you just really would want to invest in, because the second it gets back into the format, it's immediately skyrockets up in price. So Psy-frame Gamma is one to definitely keep an eye on if you have copies, especially the ultra rares. I would definitely go ahead and move them now, because it's been a while since I've seen them get to like $50 a copy. And we can look at the history as well for the ultra rares. Let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick. So right now, of course, skyrocketing up in price from 16 to 30, and then up to 50 as well. But it was really high up there as well when earlier in the year, as well as late last year also. So this card has seen quite a bit of fluctuation, quite a bit of playability, but it's always on a roller coaster when it comes to this card. So when it goes down, you gotta make sure you go ahead and pick these cards up, guys. Next cards have gone up quite a bit. I did shout it out in the comments of my last market watch, but I want to go ahead and do it justice. Ancient Gear Ballista is a card that is realistically mandatory, because if you don't have Ballista, you have to go Gear Gig and X instead of Ballista, which means you have one less monster on the board, and that's one less card you're able to search off of Soul Piercer. So I think Ancient Gear Ballista is just super necessary, because if you don't have it, you're technically going -2 because you don't get the search, and you have to give up a field presence of 1 on the board. So that is something to keep in mind as well when you are deck building. So I think right now it's going for like $20-25 a copy. Honestly, is deserving of the price point. Even though it's just a one of, you are going to need this to make sure you're able to maximize properly in your super heavy samurai combos. But anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for today's market watch. Like I said, I didn't want to get too crazy on it. I was considering listing out a few of my hidden text here and there, but realistically, with the format not having been fully cemented just yet, I want to make sure I wait until I make sure that those are actually super viable, to make sure that you guys are getting the best information possible as well. But without further ado, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Honestly, this is a very exciting time for Yu-Gi-Oh! We have potential ban lists coming up, we have WCQs coming up, brand new set coming out, that just came out, and brand new sets coming out all throughout the summer, guys. So if you guys want to go ahead and make sure you stay tuned with the most updated content, make sure you subscribe, like the video down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.